Hey YouTube, this is Archangel for Truth coming to you once again with a video, and tonight I choosing to talk about burnout light bulbs, tail lights. Have you ever got stopped by a police officer over a burnout bulb? Now, this may seem to be, you know, kind of nonsensical since, ultimately a burnt out light bulb is only a burnt out light bulb. Yet, what we have is police using a burnout taillight as a justification to maybe to conduct a search or to issue you a citation for failure to have a taillight in operational order. This is the insanity that we live in under. And somehow, some way, apparently the Supreme Court has been so far deceived into believing that a taillight is probable cause. It's a justification for a police officer to further do an investigation on you. Oh, well, he has a burnout taillight. There must be all sorts of nefarious activities going on in that vehicle. You see, folks, this is the insanity that state regulation has brought upon us. The state's interest for safety concerns is really ultimately an abuse of authority. So I'm certain there are extremely very rare instances where a burnt out tail light had some sort of possible implication of an accident where maybe someone got rear-ended as a result of that. Maybe, just maybe, there might be, a small chance of that, which is fine. Okay. The state wants to deal with burnt out tail lights on your vehicle. Hey, great. Why not? But here's the catcher. I saw a video of a police officer who gave a citation to this 65-year-old woman whose taillight happened to be burnt out. So the officer writes up the citation and he informs the woman that the citation is going to be $80 as a result of her failure to have an operational taillight functioning at the time of being stopped. So naturally, the woman was absolutely upset. I mean, $80? Really? Over a taillight? So the problem is states are using regulations as a means of revenue. So because states typically don't stay within their budgets, they expand their expenses. And as a result, guess what happens? They've got to come up with new ways to tax and regulate and expand their authority. And so with every regulation, with every new tax, it's a further encroachment upon your rights. And ultimately, the state abusing a safety concern for profit. So, was it necessary for that officer to issue that $80 citation to that woman? Absolutely not. That officer could have very simply gave that woman a verbal warning saying, listen, ma'am, I just wanted to let you know your tail light is burnt out. Make sure that you get that taken care of, and everything would have been fine and wonderful. But no, that's not what happened in this situation. What ended up happening was the woman was so upset about being given a citation for $80 that she refused to sign the ticket. Now, the officer didn't give her multiple chances of saying, ma'am, listen, you have to sign this ticket or I've got to arrest you. That's not what he did. What he did is as soon as she refused to sign the ticket, he informed her that she was under arrest. Well, now the woman is so distraught by the situation, she doesn't know what to do. So she rolls up her window and refuses to be arrested over a burnt out taillight. Now, what kind of individual, what kind of sick and twisted individual is going to arrest someone over a burnt out taillight? I mean, think about it. What if that was your mother that somebody did this to? Now, when she rolled up the window, she did roll the window down and upsettingly said, fine, give me the damn ticket, I'll sign it. But no, the officer didn't allow her to sign it. He was determined at that point to arrest her, and so he began to try to open her door on her vehicle to effectuate his arrest of this woman. Well, when he tried to do that, she did try to pull away from the officer. Only a brief distance, but it was sufficient enough for the officer to decide he now has to escalate the situation against a 65-year-old woman. So when he gets back up to the vehicle, he pursues to arrest her by pointing his gun at her and forcing her to open her car vehicle, I'm sorry, her door on her vehicle. And so as a result, the officer pushes her down onto the ground, and she falls from, now this is like a suburban pickup truck, and so she falls down to the ground, and when she does, she gives that officer a quick kick in the nuts. And you know what? I don't blame that woman. I think she did the right thing. That officer deserved a swift kick in the nuts for the way he was treating her. I mean, this isn't some individual seeking some sort of criminal activity. All she has that he is there to deal with is a burnt out light bulb. Well, the problem is if this is the kind of regulation that states believe is acceptable, and if police officers out there are willing to conduct themselves in this manner, I'm sorry, but they're not out there to protect and serve your rights. They're out there for the very purpose that the state uses them for the purpose of generating more revenue for the state and to expand upon the state's authority to regulate every aspect of your life. Today, it's a burnout light bulb. What's next? What? Let's say the state decides to come up with some sort of regulation saying if you fart in public, you're going to get a citation. I mean, this is the insanity of what is taking place. And so this is what we have to deal with. And so I would say to each and every one of you that if your legislature, your state legislature are making these kind of bogus state regulations, you don't need to follow those. They are abusing their authority. And you have a 10th and a 9th Amendment right not to be limited in such a manner. A burnt out taillight is not probable cause, nor is it evidence of any criminal activity, except for in the minds of a twisted, demented individual. So with that, I will end this video here, and please like and share this. If you agree with me, please leave a comment saying what your thoughts are about this video. Have you ever been given a citation over a burnt out light bulb? Let us know what your situation happened with the police. Anyways, take care, God bless, and we will see you on the other side of the imaginary world, this police state that has been built that is trying to enslave you.